Okay, cool. So let me talk my piece. You ready? Go ahead, sip on your
Please.
drink, relax, get comfortable, and I actually disagree with you. I do.
Damn. Okay then.
I do.
Even with me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Go
believe
ahead.
because I don't believe I don't believe you are the way you are with your kids because of how your parents were with you. I believe you are the way you are with your kids because that's who you are. Because that's what's inside of you. Because you're a caring person. Because you are a loving person. And it did not fucking matter what your fucking past was. You are who the fuck you are. Now, can it affect you? Yes. It can affect you. Can it bring awareness to you? Yes. It could bring fucking awareness to you. But I come from a fucking family of 7 children. 10 in total that my mom raised. And we're all different. Some of us are real attentive to our kids. Other of us don't even call our kids. So it has nothing to do with our upbringing. I've had friends, I've had cousins, I've grown up with a lot of different type of people. Some of us always had our parents with us. Others grew up in foster homes, never had your parents. Parents was always at work and whatever. And we all turned out different. I believe you being a good parent has everything to do with who you really are as a person. And a lot of times, those of us, because if you're saying that you are like this with your kids because of your mother, then you are giving the other side of it. You're giving them a fucking excuse. I'm like this with my kids because of how my parents raised me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, now I'm not with my kids, or I don't call my kids because shit, my dad or my mom never called me like that, and look at me, I turned out to be pretty damn good. Or, I don't call my kids or whatever. Why? Because you don't value the shit because you always had it growing up. You always had your dad. You always had your mom. So you don't value it. And then the cycle just repeats. The way I am with my kids, I'm always going to be on top of my kids. I'm always going to show them love and I'm always going to show them attention. But I am not going to use my past, my childhood trauma, the way I was raised, my environment as a motherfucking excuse of why it is that I am the way I am. I am because this is who I am. This is who I wanted to be. A lot of us, we've had friends, we have family members that we grew up. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, East New York, Brooklyn. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the fucking 90s where colors was banging every fucking day. Period. And we all grew up different. Best friends banging, other friends crackheads. Some hustlers, some users. We all turned out different and yet we all grew up in the same fucking hood. We all grew up in the same fucking block. We all had our parents around and we all grew up different. Why? Because some of you was just fucking crackheads from the get. Others was just hustlers from the get. Some was just negative. Some was just optimistic, pessimistic, positive. It doesn't matter. We can't keep using our past as an excuse. Because what happens is we pass down this damn trauma to our kids. I think about it. And I look at my son. And I look at my daughter Anaya. And now I'm looking at our daughter Zaylene. And you know how Zay is. Zaylene is so happy. She's so joyful. She's always smiling. She's always giggling. And I'm looking at my daughter. And our daughter is she's about to be 5 months next month. And I'm looking at her and it reminds me of my son who's about to be 12 and my first daughter, my firstborn that's about to be 18 this year. And it reminds me like, damn, they was like this. They was like that. But then now look at my daughter. She's about to be 18. How come she's not how she used to be when she was such a young? Like, damn, she was so vibrant. She was so filled with love and so caring and so expressive for herself. What happened? Why did you change? I'll tell you what the fuck changed. The fact that her parents was over here projecting their own damn hurt and insecurities onto the damn child. Sometimes we have kids and they're so outgoing and when they reach their preteens, now they're so shy and they're so timid. You know why? Because you should have been teaching your kids to be themselves from the jump. A lot of times, and I'm not saying we can generalize everything we're saying. I'm not targeting anybody. I'm just saying shit because some of it can be true. Not all of it, but some of it is. We look at our kids and we're like, damn, what the hell happened? Well, are you still with your mother? Or are you still with your father? Yes? Okay. Well, what type of relationship was y'all having while the child was growing? Did the child always grow up in a toxic and dysfunctional fucking household? It doesn't matter whose fault it is. It's who's responsible. And who's responsible? The parents, because the damn parents should be fucking knowing better. A lot of times, things don't go the way they're supposed to work out. I get it. I get it. I used to be fucking embarrassed to say that I have 3 kids by 3 different baby moms. It is what the fuck it is. It was never my motherfucking plan. That's just the way it turned out. But guess whose fault is not? Guess who shouldn't be paying for that? The 3 little ones. And how do we minimize the effect that it has to them? Because it doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do. At the end of the day, when a child is growing up and their parents are separate, it's going to take a toll on the child. But there are things that we can do to make it to a way that it doesn't affect them in the long term, in the long run. For an example, if I'm not with my kid's mom, I shouldn't be growing up when I have my kids talking shit about their mother. Talking our own adult personal business with the kids. Yeah, but you know your mom's like this, or your mom's always asking me for money, or your mom's this, or your mom's a bitch. Yo, I can't stand your mom. What the fuck am I doing to my kid by having my child raised like that? And now I'm talking like this. Now he goes and goes back to his mom's, and his mom's like, oh, so what happened? And now the kid is stuck because he knows if he says the truth, it's gonna be an issue. But now the kid doesn't even want to say anything because he doesn't want to have no issue. So what happens to the child that's just growing up? Damn, maybe I should just stay shut and maybe I should just keep it to myself. Because every time I say something, it just makes things worse. Mm-hmm. That child that used to be so loving and caring, so outgoing, so optimistic, so creative, so full of love and always expressing who they really are, you just destroyed them before they was even old enough to drink.